Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and well, I'm not going to do that all night, we'll be here forever. So welcome to Southern Vermont College for the 2014 Athletics Banquet. Tonight we celebrate the hard work and successes of Mountaineers during this past academic year. But Southern Vermont College Mountaineers are more than just athletes, they're student athletes. And the student certainly comes first. We're here to celebrate also the successes that came from hard work off the court and courses, fields, and diamonds. President Gross could not be here tonight as she had to be off campus for a non-life-threatening family medical issue, but she passed along a few words that she wanted me to say to all of you. Quote, I am proud of you all and proud of our Mountaineer Athletics program. I think you know that. You see me cheering on the sidelines regularly. I want to thank our coaches, student athletes, athletic trainers, and the student workers for all that you do. In wearing the SVC name, you are our ambassadors on and off campus. When you travel and are in restaurants and hotels, you represent the college. My congratulations on your many, many successes this year, and my deepest gratitude for doing us proud day in and day out, end quote. To date, in the 2013-14 school year, we've had 23 New England Collegiate Conference Players or Runners of the Week, 5 NECC Rookies of the Week, 17 All-Conference selections, with 1 NECC Player of the Year. 5 teams made the conference playoffs, with another still on the verge of making it in. Additionally, there were 17 players from the fall sports make the academic all-conference team, with more from our winter and spring sports certainly in a position to do so, following the spring semester. We had a year of firsts, such as the men's basketball team defeating Williams College 88-87, the first time for SVC to walk away the victor in 13 meetings between the two programs. Storming for a volleyball match. That happening when men's volleyball defeated Endicott College for the first time in 14 meetings. And just recently, softball won over Mitchell College for the first time in 10 games between the two teams, and they have recently made it into the NECC playoffs, the first postseason appearance for the softball program. And we saw the team win its 3rd straight NECC championship when women's volleyball defended its title and went to the NCAA tournament back in November. After dinner, we will continue to honor and celebrate the outstanding performances of Mountaineers during this past year. At this time, we invite you to please help yourself to some of the great food spread that has been provided to us tonight by Kelly Gasaway, Director of Dining Services, and her fantastic staff from Sodexo. We ask that you please remain seated as someone will be around shortly to call you to the buffet line. Thank you. Hopefully you've had your fill and are ready to see the awards portion of the evening. To start things off, please welcome to the stage 3rd-year head women's soccer coach, Michael Salzay.
Good evening. I was told I have a 5-minute limit, so I'll do my best. Administration, faculty, staff, friends, and families, welcome to the banquet. It's a pleasure to have you here. I would like to start with a lot of thank yous for those who make my job easier and make everything we do a more success. First, Ashley Hodges and Mrs. Diamond, thank you for your tremendous care of the athletes, them and do for me. Mike Quinn, who is our game day manager, who helps me do everything I can at the field, from lining it, to keeping it straight, to everything on game day, making life a little easier. Mike Nosik, tremendous SID, and just a good friend. Dave Gage, Dave, thank you so much. During his time as baseball coach, he has also been our assistant. He went to matches, came to practices, and more than anything, probably kept me sane. So I really appreciate that. Kathleen Newton, who has done strength and conditioning with our team. I know she's a big fan favorite of the girls, and everything that she's done has been a tremendous help. Mick D, my boss, you can be mad at me for saying his boss, but we even drove a couple of our athletes to matches after clinicals this year to make our life a little easier. And last, Andy Rodriguez, who is a lifesaver as a manager. Tremendous job. Things on the field, off the field, at games, away from games, and more than anything, has been trying to teach me how to use social media. So please thank her for your patience if you get a chance. And then, there we go. And then everybody else in the athletic department, friends, families, everybody else who makes what we do a success. So thank you. I'm extremely proud of the team after another successful year. Third time in the playoffs, 4 all-conference members, but more than the numbers, we've been able to find success in changing the culture and really creating a program here. I owe it to the girls, I owe it to the members of the staff, I owe it to everybody who's around me. So I appreciate their help, the expectations for what they've helped us achieve, produce, and really look out for the future. And my big thanks to the girls for that. Additionally, I would like to thank Jocelyn Ortega and Erica Gray, our captains from the season, who without them would keep those things in line and have done a tremendous job for me. Overall, girls, thank you for everything. I do appreciate it. The first award I would like to present tonight is our team MVP. This individual this season has found a new level of commitment. She took on more responsibility, continued to work every day, and probably put up with me for the text that I would send her at obscure hours for little things here and there to be done. Her teammates described her as intelligent on the field, hardworking, and committed. I'm extremely proud of this individual, what she's accomplished during her time at SVC. I want to wish her the best of luck and look forward to seeing what she does next. Our team MVP this year, Jocelyn Ortega. The second award I would like to present is the Player's Choice Award. This award goes to an individual that is vital to our success and basically comes from a vote from the team, who they felt had intangibles, who was there when we needed them, and who had a huge impact, maybe without the numbers. This player is arguably one of the smartest players I've had the opportunity to coach. Her teammates described her as a player that puts the team before herself, incredibly committed and determined. I'm extremely proud of everything she's done in 2 years, and honestly, the best way to describe her is what a rock for SVC Women's Soccer. Our Player's Choice Award, Erica Gray. The third award we have is the Mountaineer Award. It's something I created 2 years ago. Kind of off the basis of Joelle and Burrs, for anybody that knew her, and then we gave it to Shawnee Webster last year. The best way to describe them: they love soccer, they love the team, most importantly, they loved SVC, and wanted to see success in everything that happens. Due to unforeseen circumstances, last year we lost 2 valuable members of our team due to injuries, both keepers, and some other circumstances left us with no keepers. And I'm going to continue talking, but obviously at this point you can see that our Mountaineer Award is going to go to Katie Raymond. Katie, who I had to put in 2 matches her freshman year, said, "Hey, that was great, please don't ever do that again." And then I had to go and ask her to do it for an entire season. It's not an easy position, it's not an easy thing to do. She did it for all but 45 minutes for us. It's a mentality that's tough to get, it's training that takes years, and she did it in a season. She gave us an opportunity to find success. We have many individuals that have helped us there, but without a goalkeeper, well, you guys can see what would have happened. So for Katie, this is another big thank you because I can't thank her enough for everything she's done for me, for the program, and for our teammates. And once again, our Mountaineer Award, Katie Raymond. Last, this is a little unorthodox and partially probably because I like to talk. But I have a special presentation that I would like to be able to do. Upon her return from Washington, D.C., President Gross started yet another tradition here at SVC. She had 300 challenge coins made. I actually have one of them in my pocket. They have an emblem. On the front, you can see part of SVC. On the back, it shows what that it is. It's one of the 300. For anybody who doesn't know, a challenge coin is a small coin or medallion, usually in the military, bearing an organization's emblem and carried by the organization's members. In practice, challenge coins are normally presented by unit commanders in recognition of a special achievement by a member of the unit. Whether it's something of courage or valor, maybe an incredible achievement, there's different varieties. President Gross bestowed these upon us and wanted us to hand them to a member of the community or somebody in our lives that we felt had overcome tremendous achievement. I didn't want to do this in private, I wanted to be able to do this in front of everybody, so that's why we're kind of doing this now. And before I say a little bit more about her, I'm going to say that I'm passing my coin to Katrina Piccini. Months of classes, has been able to make them up, stay dedicated to the team, but more importantly, she will be graduating in 2 weeks with a radiology. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Coach Z. Now, contrary to your evening's programs and consistent with the multitude of schedule changes we have had throughout this spring, up next, being able to step away from preparing to make the conference playoffs, second-year head coach Dave Gage will now present the awards for baseball.
As Mike said, it's been a season of change, a season of constant changing things, changing schedules, making sure the kids are going to class. It's just been a very fun and flexible season. And for any of you that want to be a coach, all my guys, be flexible. Before we start about the team, we're excited that baseball was supposed to be played in the spring. Obviously, it wasn't from the Northeast. We've had 9 cancellations, 12 postponements, and just schedule changes. Starting from our first game, we were supposed to play a 3-game set in Pennsylvania. Thursday evening, we get a phone call, or Thursday afternoon, we get a phone call that it's going to get canceled. And we pick up the phone, we find a game Friday afternoon, and we end up getting on a bus, sleeping on a bus, and playing a single game in Virginia that night. So that just sort of set the table for where we were going to be this year, but I really thank my guys for going through adversity, and every change that we've made, they have found a way to make it worthwhile. So thanks, guys. Once we returned from Florida, the weather didn't break, and obviously we had to go out on the field. We spent numerous hours on the field. We shoveled snow, we broke ice, we had 3 inches of ice on our field, and we were sitting out there for 3, 4, 5 days, breaking up ice. Like I said, shoveling it. It was quite the spring, quite the March, and finally we got on our field in April, and it's been a great year. As Mike said, we get a chance to make the playoffs. We need to win 2 games against Helms tomorrow, but we're really glad to be in the situation we're in. So it's definitely been a great year. When we started this year, we had one goal. Beyond wins and losses was that we were going to lay a foundation for a culture. And I really want to thank my captains, Sal Shiar and Chris McCastro. They've done a great job, as well as the whole team, to build that culture and to lay that foundation. So thank you guys. As I said, we still have a chance to make the playoffs. I know our guys have used the NECC app on their phone. They've been on it all afternoon, even though and I have full confidence that we will make the playoffs. So hopefully you guys can all be out this weekend, wherever it is, and we'll get full support from all the SVC fans. I want to get into our awards ceremony here really fast. The first one is our Gold Glove Award, which is for our best defensive player. We had a lot of great defensive players this year, something that in the program in 2 years has continued to improve. When I took over the program 2 years ago, we made 174 errors. This year we're feeling one of the best in the league with a 950 fielding percentage. Really proud of the buy-in that our guys have done on the defense end of the ball. So like I said, there's a lot of guys that we couldn't give this award to, but the one guy who did it stood out. Major League outfielders average 1 assist per MLB player per season. Our center fielder has 5. 3 of them have saved games for us. 2 of them have been in walk-off fashion. We've won games on our center fielder throwing a guy out at the plate. So it's just a tremendous accomplishment, and there's nobody else I'd rather have in center field than Sal Chiara. Our next award, again, is an award that could have went to 3 or 4 guys. We had a bunch of guys that have come close to what the single season wins record is for our program, but this one has actually achieved it with 4 wins. He's a freshman. He's been an ace for us all year. He stepped up in big games, including last week against Danny Webster, where we needed 2 wins. He stepped up and threw a gem for us. In my opinion, he should have been pitcher of the week in the conference every single week. But, finally he was rookie of the week today. So our pitcher of the year, our Cy Young Award winner goes to Dylan Angelo. The next award goes to somebody who has had one of the best seasons in SEC history. I've been around a lot of good seasons in baseball, but this kid has done everything from the offensive end to the defensive end to stealing bases, and he is one of the best players in program history. I'm really proud of him. Last year he had it down here, and I challenged him to come back and have an even better year this year. He's hitting .461 as of today. He has 29 RBIs. He's a .513 on base percentage. A couple days ago, I was called by the NYCBL, which is the New York Collegiate Baseball League, which is one of the 7 collegiate summer leagues sponsored by Major League Baseball. And he's a top 10 prospect in that league for this summer. And it just goes to say a lot about him. I know he didn't even know that. So it's, and the coach asked me, or the person asked me, what is Cody's weaknesses? And I said, someone hitting .461 obviously doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. So our Silver Slugger Award goes to Cody Baby. Like I said, tomorrow we play at 5:30 and 7:30. I know you're all studying for finals and getting ready for the end of the year here. But if any of you want to make the hour-and-a-half trip, please do. We'd love your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Gage. Getting back to our originally scheduled lineup, our next presentation comes from another first-year head coach. Please welcome to the stage softball skipper, Alyssa Davis.
Hello everyone. As some of you may have heard, this season has been one for the record books. Not only have we had the most successful season in softball history, but we have also clinched a spot in the postseason playoffs. exams are paying off. All right, for my first award, this freshie, as she's been most commonly referred to, has made a real statement this season, not only for how fierce she walks out on the field, but with her stats. Hitting a .356 batting average, 32 hits, 8 doubles, 4 home runs, and 19 RBIs. Our Rookie of the Year goes to freshman third baseman Mallory Celeste. The next award goes to a player who's been a spark for us all season. Whether it's coming out with a big at-bat or a huge play in the field, this player's been there for us the entire time. Also being asked to play a position at times that she's not very fond of, she's done it without question. Batting at .319 with 30 hits, 5 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs, and 18 RBIs, our most valuable player goes to freshman shortstop Warren Zolstowski. And last but not least, our final award goes to a player who's been our rock all season. This player comes into practice focused and composed day in and day out. She values the true meaning of being a teammate and also a leader, always keeping the scheme in check. Batting at .284 with a .357 on-base percentage, 25 hits, and a .955 fielding percentage, my coach's award goes to senior captain Erica Garay. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
For men's and women's cross country, please put your hands together for first-year head coach Kathleen Newman.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. First, I'd like to thank the athletic department, everyone in the athletic department. Each and every one of you made this first year so very special to me, and also encouraged me, supported me through a huge transition. And I appreciate all that you did for me. I know I don't like my points. I'm sorry. This was a great year, first year for me, but I could not have done it without all of your help. So thank you so much. I'd also like to thank McD for believing in me and hiring me and putting up with me. I am type A personality all the time, and he's a great guy, and I really appreciate all of his support as well. I want to thank my assistant coach Pam, who I have up here. She's been like my rock. I actually coached here in high school. This will be my 17th year of coaching, combination of high school and college. She was an athlete for me, and she's done everything amazing for this team. She is supportive, she's helpful, she believes in my beliefs, my core beliefs as far as what I feel is important as a coach, and I really respect her and appreciate all of her. I have to thank my family too, because they have been a great support system for me and have encouraged me and supported me through everything I've done. And the team. This has been, you guys, you know how much I care about each and every one of you. You're like family to me. And I've coached, like I said, 16, 17 years, and it was very tough when I first came here, where you all made me feel very loved, very appreciated, and you really believed in me and believed in my coaching philosophy, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate the hard work that you put in. Every day you come to practice, focused, ready to go, and you just wanted to come better, and I appreciate that so much, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. I guess I have so many other things to say, but everybody's going so quickly, so I guess I'll go quickly. Okay, I have two Rookie of the Year awards, both of them freshmen, both of them amazing student athletes who just push themselves so hard, and they've been amazing as far as like supportive with the team. They fit right in, and again, they developed my philosophy of hard work, dedication, respect, and they've just brought an amazing part of our team, and I'm just looking so forward to coaching them the next 3 years. The first one is Corey Barcom. And the next one is Skylar. Where's Skylar? This one means a lot to me. This is the most approved award, I guess, too. I would call it the person with the biggest hearts that put all their heart and all their energy into this program and worked really hard and effortlessly every day, just trying to give their best. And the first one is Cameron. Cameron? The next one is for Sarah Birds. Where is she? Sarah? MVP, this guy, you know, he just, when he races, when he works out, no matter what he does, he puts 110% into it. I never have to ask him for anything else. He does it all the time, every race. He was our leading scorer for almost every single meet except for when he got hurt. He's done an amazing job in track as well. It's Herschel Cantor. And I just want to end by saying that I'm really excited. I can't wait till next season. I know we're going to be better, we're going to be stronger, and you guys are like part of my family, and I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Newman. For those of you who don't know, I forgot to mention that she is an SVC graduate and still currently owns the school records for 5K and 6K races. But I'm sure those are marks that she would not mind seeing broken next year. And I know a couple of her runners are gunning for it. So we'll see what happens. Please stay tuned. To present men's and women's volleyball, please welcome at this time head athletic trainer and our senior women administrator, Ashley Hodges, accompanied by the team's assistant coach, Jessica Alvarez.
So I'm really tall today, so we're going to bump this up. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you to my student Casey who's here tonight. I also have another student as well who wasn't able to be here, and also to Alyssa Dr. my assistant. I wouldn't be able to do the job I do without them, so I'm very grateful for them. And one more thank you. It's been kind of a rough year for me, so I just want to say thank you to everyone who gave emails, Facebook messages, cards, all that. This is the only opportunity I have to say thank you, so I wanted to be able to do that. So, thank you. So I have the pleasure of giving the awards for men's and women's volleyball tonight. SVC men's volleyball completed a very successful year. They finished 500 for the season, and for the first time in program history, finished the regular season above 500. This team amassed the most wins in program history, 13. One of those wins was over the eventual NECC champion, Endicott College, for the very first time. They qualified for the NEC Championship Tournament as a 3 seed, and there were 3 different players named NECC Player of the Week. So now on to the awards. We're going to begin with the Coach's Award. This person embodies hard work. He does everything a coach would want and need him to do for the betterment of the team. Along with his dedication, is an athlete who is also successful on the court. He collected the most assists in the season, reporting 928. He finished his career first in assists with 1,831, way ahead of the next closest person. He finishes his career with 47 career service aces, which is second all time. He was also a one-time NECC Player of the Week. Please welcome your 2014 Men's Volleyball Coaches Award winner, Anthony. This person had 294 digs for the season, which is the second for the most during the season. He averaged 3.16 digs per set. He assisted on 3 blocks, which for this person is a tall feat. He did all this after what most would consider a career-ending injury. His determination and grit are part of what makes him a successful volleyball player. Please welcome your 2014 Men's Volleyball Defensive Player of the Year, Tino Escobedo. A 4-year starter, this mountaineer holds the career record for fills at 1080. He is the first in career service aces at 89. He is second in all-time blocks and digs. He also owns the 4 best years for fills, with this season being the best at 289. He is a one-time NECC Player of the Week and a member of the Men's Volleyball All-NECC First Team. He is someone I'm going to miss watching playing and having in and around the mat. Please welcome your 2014 Men's Volleyball Most Valuable Player, Anthony Vermont. Talking about this year's women's volleyball team as well. The women completed a three-peat by winning the NECC Conference Championship. This team was also the regular season NECC champion. By doing so, they qualified for the NCAA tournament for the 3rd consecutive season. This team was described as hardworking and dedicated. This was also a team where everyone contributed something. Now for the awards. We're going to begin with the Coaches Awards. This student athlete was described as a hard worker and the best leader ever seen by Coach Jones. She reported 2.07 kills and 2.34 digs per set and 1.1 assists per game. Please welcome your 2013 Women's Volleyball Coaches Award winner, Carrie Balthazar. Now for defensive award. The student athlete embodies giving up her body to make sure the ball doesn't touch the ground. If it's near her, she will have a finger on it. She played most of the season injured, and every time the coaches or athletic training staff asked her if she was okay, she said she was fine and got back on the court. She collected 286 digs for the year, averaging 3.81 digs per set, and she also had 2 kills. Please welcome your 2013 Women's Volleyball Best Defensive Award winner, Vanessa Ruelas. She averaged 3.72 kills per set in conference matches and had a 2.248 hitting percentage. She ranked second in the NACC in serving aces at 25. If you watched her play the ball, it was definitely exciting. Please help me in welcoming 2013 Women's Volleyball Most Valuable Player, Jessica Del.
And thank you, Ashley. Next up, please welcome first-year head coach Jamie Hutchins to the stage for the men's soccer presentation.
I'd like to start out thanking McD for offering me this opportunity at SBC. I'd like to thank Ashley for being a great trainer for our team, and Gary and Pat, Gary's over there, for keeping the grass green and the right height and working so hard for us all fall. Thank you very much. So let's talk about me for a minute. It seems I like it here. I like the people. I like the location. I like that it's small. I like the philosophy quite a bit. I like the field. I like the food. Apparently too much, Kelly. There are some things I don't like. Dan. I don't like mopping the basketball court before a basketball game. We'll leave it at that. So let's talk about this team a little bit. The team had a tough year by the record, but we improved a lot as a team. As the season went on, we improved quite a bit. We had some great performances by the end of the year especially. We could play with any team that made the playoffs by the end of the year. We broke some traditions, which I believe is always good. We played Middlebury, which was serious opposition, and we're going to play them again. And we are playing UMaine Fort Kent this year, which, if you don't know, is like playing the Jamaican national team. So that'll be a test. So we're getting better. This team is getting quite a bit better. So let's talk about some of the players. Let's talk about all the players. I'm gonna call your name out, and I'm gonna ask you to come up to get your present, and we're gonna come talk about you. We'll start with a freshman, Andre Flumian. San Diego. I think when he came out here, we found the college game a little bit faster, maybe a little more physical, but it was a great year for Andre. second freshman I want to bring up, I'm not sure he's here, Jesse Bradley from Boston. I just call him Jack. If you've seen that movie, The Departed, Jesse's from Boston. He's Jack Nicholson from the movie Departed. Hey. What are you doing? Same voice, same squinty eyes, same tough guy Boston accent. Pretty classic. Wish he was here to get his socks. Next freshman is Mark Messina. Pierre's little brother. He's always known as Pierre's little brother. Pierre said he wasn't fit when he first came into preseason. Said he would never get fit. It turns out that Mark beat Pierre in every single run we had preseason. Mark's a major contributor to this team and will be, maybe in a little while, will no longer be Pierre's little brother. The next person I want to talk about is Taylor Baker. Taylor's the shy, quiet, mellow dude from Hoosick Falls. I would say to him, sometimes you need to raise your voice. Because he would never say anything on the field. Halfway through the season, he starts telling jokes. Starts talking about girls. Starts telling jokes about his hand. I really don't know what else to say to you about Taylor Baker. Anthony Ayala, or Ace, Ace is my hero. He comes into my office and says, "Hey coach, I heard you needed some players for this team. I'm not any good. There's some bad ones in the book. I'm not any good, but I'm a good guy, and I'll try hard. What do you say? Can I join the team?" It's a good addition to bring Ace into the team. Matt Snow showed up late for preseason, 3 or 4 days, with his brother. He showed up with his brother. He was looking a little confused when he walked up the hill. A little scared. He was looking a little scared, clearly not the impression you want to get from a soccer player. But he works hard, not exactly a student of the game, but he was a good addition for the team with his humor and the stories he could tell in the band rounds. Jim Schimmel. One full month to learn how to play his position at left back. He was awful at the beginning of the season. But by the second half of the season, he was really, really good. And I have no idea, I know it wasn't the coaching. Ruben Olivares. I have this down here, hard work in question mark. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? I'm just asking. Everybody has a different feeling or view on what hard work is. You know, some people it's a million touches with the ball. Other people it's a million hits of the hammer on a nail. Other people, it's a million stitches in surgery room. So, what is hard work? We're going to get back to Ruben in a little while. Let me speed things up. I think you're falling asleep. Sean Wright, one of the nicest guys there is. Sean always has that deer in the headlights look. Whether you're talking to him, in my office or you're out in the field, he just looks like he's a deer in the headlights. He doesn't have the best skills. He's got a huge heart and always gives you all he's got. Sean, just watch out for that deer. Derek's is Derek here? Derek's here. Derek's a graduating senior. See, this is his brother. He's showing him in preseason. There was a look of, what the hell is this? In his face. Somehow Derek scored goals for us. He doesn't know how. We don't know. We don't know how. He doesn't know how. But it worked and he was great. So the next player, Eric Arguella. So I have this running question that goes through my head. Who's better, Eric or Cacho? And I'm really glad that I don't have to answer that question ever. So I'm really glad I don't have to answer that question. There's so much talent between those two guys. They're very, very good players. I hope you guys have known that, just watching them play up on the hill. Obviously they can improve and get more experience, but I'm really glad they're here on this team. For my sake. Sean Deegan. For him, hard work meant trying to get fit this fall, which was blisters in his shoes, toes all blistered, and he keeps on running. His feet are bleeding all over the field. It was pretty gross. And I kept asking him every day, what are you doing, dude? Take some time off, get some Band-Aids. Can't deny it. He just says he wants to play. Here's the interesting thing. He says to me, he just wants to play soccer for the fun of it. He just wants to play soccer for the fun of it. Brings it all down to earth. He will be a successful captain for us again next year. I feel bad for this guy. He's always in a battle, staying fit and competing with another player for the same spot. Brendan's leadership ability and his attitude on the field and in the locker room is truly to be admired. He's one of the leaders of our team and will be a successful captain again for next year as well. Okay, let's speed this up. The most athletic player I've ever seen, Pierre Messina. Skilled player, but he is the most athletic. This is an interesting point, and you might need to take notes. I played him in two positions at the same time in the same game. I played him in two positions at the same time in the same game at once. because he was the only one that was being affected at both positions in that game. But I should have been fired for that if we didn't knew anything about soccer. I don't mean that. Okay, so we're going to move on. Let's go to, I have three, all right, we have three more in-depth awards, and clearly I'm not very good at this part of the operation. So we actually have three MVPs for this team, because without any one of the three, we would be a totally different group of guys. So for the MVP, everybody knows what that is all about. Pierre Messina, Ruben Olivares, and Eric Argueta.
No, I have enough socks, Hutch, thank you. Moving on here, we are going to go to our most senior member of the coaching staff. Please welcome fifth-year head women's basketball coach, Mike Quinn.
I get paid for this.
Hello there. Thank you, Michael, for referring to me as a senior person. I really appreciate it. I'm never going to be able to follow what just happened. Never. But I'm going to give it a shot. You know, we've spent a lot of time so far talking about athletics and what people in this room have done, and it's all great and so on and so forth. But what I'd like to happen for the next 1 minute for all the athletes to stand up. Stand up. Come on, stand up. I'm going to use this 1 minute to congratulate everybody and every athlete in this room, because for those parents and friends, staff, faculty that are here, this group last semester had a 3.0 cumulative GPA, and that you should be proud of, besides just the accomplishments. Now sit down. Along the same line, I want to thank staff, professors, and my fellow coaches. They work really hard with our student athletes to make them successful. And I'm hoping that come the spring semester, we're going to see the same type of grades that we saw in the fall. So thank you for listening to that. Now I'm going to talk about my team. Record-wise, we were 6-19. However, that was double our win total from the previous year. This team was really had a lot of potential, and I'll get back to that in a minute, because our last 6 games, we lost 4 of them by a total of 25 points, which would have meant us making the playoffs and all that other stuff that you've heard this evening. But I want to tell the ladies that I really appreciate them. They stuck together, they worked hard, they remained dedicated, they didn't give up, and for that, I want to tell you all that I really, really appreciate it, because it was fun being around all you guys, it really was. We had improvements though. Our points scored per game, or field goal percentage, or three-point percentage, or assist. And they are listening to this, but I'm going to say it one more time. We didn't turn the ball over as much as we did the year before. Yeah, I know. Why did I have to say it? I remember. I just want everybody to announce everybody's name. I'd like you to stand up because I'd like you to be seen by everybody. Mariah Anthony. Andrew Brown. Andrew Flay. Gabby Bustamaccio. Last name I want to say. Taylor McKenzie. Sarah McDonald. Teresa Miller. Abby Owen. Marissa Myers. What? Jill Barron. And last but clearly not least, Rachel White. Ladies, thank you again. Okay, now I'll get into my remarks because Jamie made up a half an hour of my time. Just kidding, Jamie. First award I'd like to present is the Most Improved Player Award. We stood up here last year and I made a statement about a player on the team who was a freshman at the time, obviously a sophomore now. And I said one thing about her. When she chose, she was going to be dominant in conference play. Well, she made the right choice over the summer. She was dedicated, had a tremendous amount of hard work. She had dramatic improvement in her statistics. 10 points to her field goal percentage. She shot almost 45% from the field. She doubled her points scored and her scoring average per game. She scored 173 as a freshman and 340 this year. She averaged 7 points as a freshman. She averaged 14 this year, second on the team. She was named NECC Conference Player of the Week. She was also named ECAC Co-Player of the Week. And that person is Sarah McDonald. Okay. Next person, or the next award I'm going to give out to the most valuable player. And I was trying to think of what I could say about this person. And I really, all right, here goes. She's 5 foot and nothing. She weighs less than 100 pounds. She's the co-captain of the team. She played 40 minutes a game. She's already set a couple of school records. She was named the first team All-NECC Conference. She was nominated for All ECAC Team New England. She finished in the conference top 5 in scoring points, field goal percentage, steals, assists, and minutes played. And she finished in the top 10 in 2 3-point shooting categories. And oh, by the way, she got 100 rebounds, which is 4 a game. So if the little one would mind coming up, the most valuable player this year is Andrew Flay. She didn't even come here to play basketball. She came here for soccer. She came here off ACL surgery. Was at every game, every practice for her freshman year. She comes back her sophomore year. All of a sudden we see the player that I thought she was. And lo and behold, at the beginning of this year, she blows the ACL again. However, she played the entire season, all 25 games and 2 scrimmages. She was always there for her teammates. And I have to say something, Julie was talking about, what's hard work. The other one was tough. This player was She could be a pain in the neck. She could be mouthy. When the game was on the line, I needed something. One player I knew I could send out there, and she'd throw her body on the floor while she was dragging the ACL and the brace around with it. Slower than hell, 1,000% all the time. And the coaches award this year goes, oh, she graduated 3 years from here. Jill Becker. Just one last thing. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about one of my players. I had a player on my team who has already set a school record in 2 years here that probably will never be broken. And it's for block shots. Kayla McKenzie spent 2 years leading his team and her defensive ability and rebounding ability, but it's the block shots that are so impressive. Because she's so long and so quick and so anticipatory. She had 70 blocks this year in 25 games, which, oh, by the way, made her number 15 in the nation. She's had 120 blocks, she had 50 last year as a freshman. And it's not part of the game that's appreciated much anymore. And I wanted her to know how much I really appreciated it because it meant a lot for this team. Thank you all. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Coach Quinn. At this point, real quickly, while we're in between the basketballs, we feel like it is appropriate to recognize a group that was a tremendous supporter of both basketball teams, trying to make it to as many games as possible. We ask that you please stand and quickly be recognized in the newly formed Southern Vermont College cheerleading team. Thank you, ladies. And Nashon, you didn't stand up, but I've worn that Moose costume before, and it is not an easy task. Our last team presentation tonight comes from first-year men's basketball coach Dan Engelstad.
What can I say? What a season. I'd like to start out by first thanking the entire student body, staff, and faculty, but especially you guys, the MAC. You guys helped create one of the biggest home court advantages in the NECC, but not only that, in my opinion, in the country. Teams feared playing here, and you were there for some of our biggest achievements this season. You got to see us beat #1 ranked Williams. You got to be part of the Tri-State Tournament when we beat RPI, and then went on to beat St. Joseph before that to get the championship. You helped us to propel us to a 7-3 record on this floor. And for that, we are very thankful for your support and look forward to seeing the backpack again in full force next year. Now to the players and staff and managers, I appreciate all the hard work and sacrifices each of you made this season. You made this, in my first year, a very successful one. It didn't end the way we had all hoped, but I couldn't be more proud of this group. And I know that the future is bright here for Southern Vermont College basketball. I look forward to continue seeing the hard work on the court and in the classroom. And come this time next year, the plan is to drop one of those from the ceiling. I have a few individuals I'd like to recognize before the awards who won't be back here next year. If you can stand up. The first one is Kuhn Blue. but he's just one of those guys that always works hard and always has the right attitude. He came with a smile on his face, and for that, I'm very appreciative. Whom we will miss you, you will always be part of our basketball family. Thank you. The other one, Edmil Sanchez. I'm excited to know that in a few weeks, he'll be walking with a diploma in his hand. He's overcome adversity over and over again and embodies what we want from our players. Mills, good luck, and I look forward to following your career. The sky's the limit, man. We'll be there. Now to the awards. I have 2 awards I'd like to give out together. The first one is for my co-team MVPs. This award goes to our captains, and I look forward to seeing their growth as both players and leaders. They represent our program to the fullest, and I know that our program is in great hands with them leading the charge. They both had great seasons. Delapo was a rock for us. He averaged 10 points and 5 rebounds and garnered honorable mention all conference. One of the elite athletes in our league, he made game-changing plays and was a walking highlight reel. With continued work, I look forward to seeing him become one of the best players in the NECC. Delapo, stop fouling and come get your award. Which set the school's all-time single-season record. Antoine was also an honorable mention nominee, and if he learns how to make a jump shot, watch out. And last, but certainly not least, and we're last because of this guy, he was getting his car fixed. But our last award is our Toughness Award, and one that I care deeply about. I can't begin to say how proud I am of this individual. This player is extremely talented and provided this school with many memorable plays over his career here. But it hasn't always been easy. In our short time together, the growth that I've seen from him has been fun and rewarding to watch. He easily could have shut down this season because it wasn't going his way. But instead, he fought through it, he played hard every day, came to practice and worked, and ended up being a huge contributor to our season and to our program. Jermaine, I'm proud of you, and look forward to having you back next year as a member of our coaching staff. Coach Jermaine, please come up and give us some Toughness Award. Thank you.
That concludes our team awards portion of the evening. At this time, please welcome Ashley Hodges back to the stage to make the all-conference award presentations and then recognize our senior student athletes.
If you could hold your applause until we're done presenting all of the awards. We're going to start with NECC Academic All-Conference, Sam Hastings. Vanessa Ruelas. Caitlin McGrath. Morgan Lauder. Caitlin Raymond. Lisa Sandoval. Caitlin Ferran. Chris Dunham. Sean Deacon. Haley Omasta. Sarah Birds. Cameron Curtis. Victor Velasquez. And now for all conference selections. For honorable mention, Eric Arquetta. First team, Pierre Messina. Second team, Kara Baltazar. First team, Jessica Delgado. Honorable mention, Shalani Kalioka. Honorable mention, Marissa Flores. Honorable mention, Delapo Alubale. Honorable mention, Antoine White. First team, Anthony Barahona. Second team, Michelle Flores. First team, Caitlin Ferran. First team, Jocelyn Ortega. First team, Erica Garay. Second team, Victor Velasquez. Second team, Haley Omasta. First team, Skylar McGuire. And first team, Amber Flag. And now for our Lone Player of the Year winner, I believe. Correct. It's Jessica Delgado for women's soccer. And then our final award is for men's cross country for winning the Team Sportsmanship Award. And now we recognize our 2013-2014 seniors. These student athletes, we are so appreciative of everything you've done for Southern Vermont College Athletics. We're gonna miss you, but we wish you well in all of the things that you do once you leave here. Jocelyn Ortega. Anthony Barahona. Caitlin Ferran. Lindsay Pilling. Erica Garay. Derek Snow. Katrina Puccini. Edimo Sanchez. Jermaine Campbell. Kurt Kowalczyk. Carrie Baltazar. Natalie Morales. And Vanessa as well. Sarah Birds. Kirsten Buchanan, and Hannah Cross.
Appreciation Awards, please welcome back to the stage Coach Zauzig and Coach Gage.
I guess Dave's just here to make me look good too, since I'll be doing all the talking. As Mike said, each year we're extremely honored to present two awards. The first, our Robert Pizzello Faculty Appreciation Award. Although I was never fortunate enough to meet him, I've been able to learn from him from friends, faculty, staff, and members of his community here and all that he did. He had a tremendous love for SVC, his students, and athletics, especially New York teams, from what I've learned. It was an honor to have him here, and we love to give this award each year. This year, we would like to present the award to a tremendous individual, not only a dedicated professor, but a faculty member consistently seen at all SVC events. The individual has a passion for teaching, cares deeply for the students, and wants the best for those at SVC. One student described his professor as one of the kindest and funniest professors I've ever had, truly cares, and has a passion for the job. I appreciate her efforts to go above and beyond what's expected. One of her colleagues said, "She's the light of our lives. She's the most fun-loving, optimistic, and inspiring colleagues I've ever worked with." Not only is this individual a close friend of mine, but has even been my roommate. And now she's realizing what it is. I'm exceptionally proud to present the award to Sarah Knapp. Sue Lamontagne has a name for our Staff Appreciation Award. She was a central piece to SVC during her time here. She was well known, involved in multiple facets of SVC, and had a passion for the institution. She wanted the best for the students, the faculty, the staff, and everything that was the college. It's safe to say, Sue was one of the proud faces of SVC. This year, we would actually like to change it up and present the award to two individuals. These gentlemen can be found all over campus each day. Not only do hard work for SVC, but they do it with a smile on their face. They attend athletic events, consistently check in with the coaches, and would do anything to help you. Most of all, they put in a tireless effort to make sure that everything, our playing surface, our facilities, anything we need is taken care of. A fellow member of the SVC community stated, "They are always there and willing to drop everything to help. Always have a smile and a positive outlook, even when there's snow, and there can be a lot of it, as we know." It's easy to say they are SVC proud. It is my pleasure to present the Staff Appreciation Award to Gary Bass and Patrick Williams. As you can see, Patrick couldn't be here. He had a family engagement, but congratulations again to Sarah, Gary, and Patrick.
The next honors we will give out tonight are the Male and Female Scholar Athlete Awards. The student aspect of the student athlete is highly stressed at Southern Vermont, and that was certainly exemplified this year. As Coach Quinn alluded to earlier, collectively, the SVC student athletes' fall semester marks created a grade point average of over 3.0. To present the Male and Female Scholar Athlete Awards, please welcome to the stage the Southern Vermont Faculty Athletics Representative and faculty member of the McCormick Division of Business, Mr. Chad Gorham.
Just to iterate, 3.0 for the size of the student-athlete body on this campus is amazing. So I want to congratulate all of you on your performance in the classroom, but we do have two student-athletes that have stood out. The Women's Scholar Athlete of the Year is an extremely dedicated student athlete. She consistently focuses on the details and expects the best of herself. All you have to do is spend a few minutes speaking with her, and you can see how passionate she is about becoming a nurse. And these words are directly from her coach. One of the coaches, I should say. She carries the same dedication into the athletic realm and is well respected by her teammates. She wants her teammates to succeed and expects the best of them. Her academic record is excellent, and she has accomplished this as a dual sport athlete in not only soccer but also softball. Off-field, she makes SBC proud as a member of the Colleges Against Cancer and as a community advisor. This year, the Women's Scholar Athlete is Katie Raymond. Our Men's Scholar Athlete of the Year is a student athlete and a student from our own McCormick Division of Business. His dedication with his training and determination and persistence, both on and off the field, are outstanding. He's an excellent role model and leader for his team. He leads by example with hard work and a positive attitude. He raises the bar for his team by setting expectations for working hard and supporting his teammates to do their best. As my son calls out this. Thanks. Each season, he personally continues to improve both his cross-country and track times. I'll give part of it away here. In the classroom as a business major, he excels and recently joined the SBC faculty and some of his fellow students to compete in the Plattsburgh Free Enterprise Business Competition. He's also partnering with his faculty, myself included, on a paper presentation that's been accepted at the National Symposium on Student Retention this coming November. Personally, my family and I had the privilege of watching him. He had competed in the National Snowshoe Championship up in Woodford Mountain this past March against the best snowshoe racers in North America. The Men's Scholar Athlete of the Year has been the cross-country team captain for 2 seasons and is consistently encouraging new runners to join this program. Please join me in congratulating Victor Gillespie.
Thank you, Jeb, and congratulations once again to Katie and Victor. Our next major awards are the Scott McKenzie Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year. This award represents an individual who is all-inclusive in all aspects of the Southern Vermont College Athletics community, with the strongest focus being on performance. Aside from performance, the other attributes that play a very important role in receiving this award are sportsmanship and leadership. We had a number of quality student athletes nominated for the Sportswoman and Sportsman of the Year, a convenient issue that resulted from the outstanding year around SVC athletics. This year's Scott McKenzie Sportswoman of the Year exemplified the Southern Vermont Athletics philosophy statement on and off the court. Her outstanding in-game performance led to an all-NECC first-team selection, the first ever all-conference first-team honor for her respective program. She was a captain of her team and was also selected to travel to and participate in an NCAA leadership conference earlier in the year. As a sophomore, she carries a 3.2 cumulative grade point average in the criminal justice program and has applied to be a student ambassador. And while at home in Connecticut, she is an officer in her town's police department youth division. This award recipient is already climbing the SBC all-time record lists for her sport, even after a year in which she was targeted by opponents, a result of being named the NECC Rookie of the Year as a freshman. Please join me in congratulating the 2014 Scott McKenzie Sportswoman of the Year, women's basketball sophomore, Amber Flanagan. Scott McKenzie Sports Man of the Year provided the statistical evidence to prove that he's worthy, having one of the best seasons in his program's history. He was feared by those playing against him, as seen by their strategy to avoid his making a big game play whenever possible. Off of the competitive surface, this young man represents the college in a positive light. His coach made the comment that, quote, he is always polite and well-mannered to all SVC staff and faculty, and he is always willing to give a helping hand. That was proven when he volunteered to work at numerous athletic events and agreed to work others when he wasn't insisting on the idea. A member of the athletic staff said at one point this year, this college could use more Codys. A recipient who currently leads the conference in 2 of the 3 main batting statistical categories, he's in line for an all-conference selection and possibly even a Player of the Year honor. All the while being the epitome of what this award represents. Please welcome to the stage and congratulate the 2014 Scott McKenzie Sportsman of the Year, Baseball Junior, Cody Pedro. Up to this point tonight, we have recognized and honored the accomplishments of SVC student athletes from the past 10 months. To finish this evening, we will now celebrate the outstanding performances of Mountaineers from 5+ years ago who made SVC fans proud with their tremendous careers. Through the induction of the Southern Vermont College St. Joseph College Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2014. Samuel Hubbard, SVC class of 2010, submitted the nomination for our first inductee. Unfortunately, Sam could not be here tonight as he recently started a new position with USA Volleyball. Sam said of his former Mountaineer on his nomination, quote, Andy embodied what a true leader is. He pushed his teammates like a second coach. He took the time to explain the game to younger players. He led by example. He played a violent sport with as much finesse and tact as pure aggression. And he was a fierce competitor and expected everyone out on the pitch to be giving as much of an effort as he was. Most importantly, Andy is a great guy. He's the type of guy that you want enshrined on your walls. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Andy's fast, end quote. Andy McNaughton, SVC class of 2009, certainly is fast, or at least he was. And he's also one of the most athletic individuals who ever roamed this campus. Andy excelled in the men's rugby club while it was under the direction of the athletics department. From 2004 to 2008, he became the club's all-time leading try scorer and the all-time leading point scorer. He was feared by those on the opposite side of the pitch and became a marked man, a strategy that usually didn't pay off as he found himself in the open field on many an occasion. But Andy's athleticism translated to the other sports on campus. It's almost hard to fathom that for a person who did so much running, the only SVC male sport that he did not compete in was men's cross country. Andy's kind heart and relentless competitive spirit were seen by his willingness to help out other teams who needed someone to fill that final roster spot from time to time. He played 3 seasons of men's basketball, pulling down a whopping 33 rebounds in 24 games. He carried a career .333 batting average for SVC baseball, albeit that he was 2 for 6 through 3 games, with a run batted in, might I add. He also made an appearance for the men's soccer and the men's volleyball teams before graduating with his degree in communications. You might think that, based on all of this, that Andy spent every waking moment playing sports. Yet he was still able to find time to be a residential assistant for a year, work for student activities, be on the freshman orientation staff, be a part of the 2007 alternative spring break group that went to Florida and the 2008 group that went to New Orleans post-Hurricane Katrina, and he was the assistant director of the SVC Upward Bound program one summer. Andy is joined tonight by his fiancée Kelly and their 3-month-old son Jackson, a fierce competitor but extremely one-of-a-kind young man, Andy is the ideal teammate that an athlete could ever want. Those who played with him know what I'm talking about, and those who played against him wish that I did, or wish that they did. It is with great honor and joy that I welcome Andy McNaughton to the SVC SJC Athletics Hall of Fame as a member of the class 2014.
I'll definitely keep the minute count down. Well, I have a little speech there, but I just wanted to say thank you everyone for saying such kind words, mostly Mike. Congratulations to everybody who got great awards tonight. You guys are some really good people and have a bright future. I'm the old guy, I'm not the sidelines from old school, and stuff like that, living the dream. But it's really good to be back. I'm honored to receive this award tonight. You know, playing rugby was such a great part of the school for me, playing whole athletics. You know, it's just a lot of fun getting out there and playing. I'm still in contact with a bunch of people I went to school with. It's so great being part of SVC and glad to see people are, you know, still have that same spirit and still are doing really great things here. And that's pretty much it. You know, thank you for my coaches, everyone who made me who I was today, my teammates. We saw a lot of wins, we saw a lot of losses, big wins. I'm sure some of you have experienced that. You know, thank you to my fiance Kelly and my little son Jackson. For sticking it through, being here for me. Thank you.
At this time, please welcome to the stage the person who submitted the nomination for our second induction of the night, SVC Class of 2008 member, Mr. Daniel Mosley.
I've seen SVC grow from 2004, and especially the athletic program has grown tremendously since then. We used to only have like 8 guys on the baseball field. So, you know, we definitely, you guys have definitely done a great job. Another congrats to Andy, being the only rugger probably ever make it into the Hall of Fame. Absolutely huge. So, Nick Harrington is the Hall of Fame inductee that I put in. Watched that guy play for 4 years, tremendous basketball player, and just wore his heart on his sleeve. He went out there, he played the game the way it should be played. He passed the ball if he needed to pass the ball, and if he had an open shot, he was going to make it. So definitely dominated the boards as well. Just some stats to go through. He scored 1,494 points, second most for any non-year. He's first all-time in rebounds with 1,007, and blocks with 94. He's also second with 157 career steals and 69.9 free throw percentage. And he ranked third with 135 career assists. Nick also owns the single season record for most points with 681. In the year 2007-2008, and most rebounds with 388 in the same year. Twice he led the NCAA Division III in rebounds a game, notching 15.4 in 07-08 and 13.4 in 06-07. In 07-08, he was also third in the nation in points per game with an even 27. In a March edition of Sports Illustrated, he was named one of the faces in the crowd for his performance against Mitchell College on January 6, 2008, when he scored 37 points and grabbed 33 rebounds, believed to be just the second D3 player at the time to achieve a 30-30 game. He has great stats over his career at SEC, but that's not the reason why he's really getting to the Hall of Fame. I mean, kind of is a little bit. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He's led his team to success. He carried a loss on his shoulders, and the win was always a team effort. He put 100% of his effort in, 100% of the time, and it's an unbelievable teammate on the court. But also a great rugby player, too. Coach with D, you didn't really like that much. When I think of athletes at SVC and everyone that I was able to play with, I think of Nick Harrington, a 6'7" giant that I had to look up to. Every single time I just wanted to talk to him, but I learned a lot from him. He was there with every sport if they ever needed anybody. He definitely came down and played some baseball games when we needed a ninth guy. Played first base. Big guy, right? We'd miss the target sometimes. But it was also just as long as he didn't interfere with basketball, because that was his love. I'm happy to welcome him to the Hall of Fame, to a guy that was just unbelievable for SVC, and he played green. And Coach McD, get up here. You coached me for 4 years, you know more than I do.